Hi guys, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Emily. I'm Crafty Emily here on YouTube, and I have not posted a video for quite a few weeks, so I'm really sorry. It's just frantic time of year really, isn't it? We've got the kids all off and work is busy, but I'm here for a quick update. I have only worked on 3 pieces and you'll see why. And I'm only going to be working on 3 pieces going forwards. My third piece might vary a little bit here and there, but basically I'm going to be working on 3 pieces going forwards for until I'm over it, shall we say, because at the moment I'm writing and that's me. So first things first, I have finished my sweater. It is done. I am wearing it. I have been wearing it. It needs a wash, but I thought I'd put it on and show you it finished. So here is my little sweater. Very, very simple top down pattern. You knit in the round and it's just hip bone length, which is just where I wanted it. I took out a big swatch of green because I didn't like the big pile of green in it. And this is knitted from One Whirl, which I got from Wool Warehouse, but you can buy them from anywhere. It's a 60-40 acrylic cotton mix. Absolutely lovely. It's lightweight. The pattern is called YUMA. It's from Isabel Kramer, who you can find on Ravelry, and I love it. And it is finished, and I have an FFO for once, and I've been wearing it, and as I say, needs washing already. I dropped chocolate ice cream down it yesterday. Never mind. Right, I am here to talk about cross stitch. I just thought I would mention my finished sweater, which when I picked it up as an unfinished whip was here, which I'd put away for like 3 years. So I've actually pulled it out and done it. I have another one which I think is probably here, slightly different pattern, little zigzaggy, really pretty, but without the bobbles. I think it's 3 lines of a little zig, so it looks like that, and then there's another row of them and another row of them that goes around the yoke. I think that is sort of about there as well. I'm going to pull that one out. It's much brighter coloured than this. This is just perfect for me. Anyway, I am here to talk about my cross stitch. I am recording on my tablet very quickly before I go in. I've got a little bit of a jiggle to do today, so I'm sorry if the sound's not good. I am going to go, because I'm recording on my tablet, I've got space to go into the editing software, and I will turn the volume up on it. If you can't hear me, I'm really sorry. Skip to the next person. That's all I'm going to say on it, because that's how it is. Right, so 3 pieces of cross stitch. I have got my big one, I have got my other big one, which is a new start, back up to 57 whips, and I have got my in-car. Now the in-car, so anytime I'm out in the car and I've got 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, I'm waiting on picking up, it's usually Maddie, let's be honest. From somewhere, I pull out my long dog sampler, and I am working on opening gambit at the moment, and I am working on opening gambit until I have finished it, because I am here. There is opening gambit. This is a piece of fabric from, I can't remember. It's called Berry Cobbler. Oh crikey, why can't I remember what the company's called? Anyway, that is actually showing really nicely. It really is this lovely sort of pinkish purple colour, very mottled up. It is opalescent, so it has the sparkle, and I'm stitching it entirely in 3808, which is one of my favourite colours. And I am at, oh, I can use my phone because I'm recording on my tablet. I'm currently at, let me find it, scrolly scroll. I'm at 62.75%. So at 62%, I'm going to rattle it and see if I can actually just, you know, get one done. If I do get bored of this one before I finish it, because at this time of year when I'm not doing the morning drop off, I get less time, but then all of a sudden I'll get an hour in the car where it's just not worth me going home, you know. because I've said over and over, I live in the middle of nowhere, so to get anywhere from mine is about 15 minutes just to get to the nearest village. So, which I know is nothing for people who live in central, you know, in the big American states or in Australia or anywhere like that. But in the UK, that's reasonably unusual to actually have to drive for about 15 minutes before you even get to civilization. So, yeah. So I tend to stay out. If I'm at work, almost in town, and Maddie needs picking up an hour after I finish work, I'll dawdle at work, I'll finish my shift, I'll dawdle about, I'll faff on at work, and then I'll drive to very close to where she is and I'll sit and stitch for a bit. The nights are starting to draw in, it's getting harder to do it, but there we go. I'm currently just filling in, there's a crown there and there's a 20 there, and then the 22 will go down here somewhere, I think. But opening gambit, chuggling along, that is extremely good for the colour match. I'm going to say that is exactly the right colour for once. And I'm not using any lights or anything in here. I've just got my main big light on. What we call a big light in the UK. Put the big light on. The one that hangs from the middle of the room. Anyway. And then I have kind of joined to the Extreme Cross Stitch group on Facebook, which was originally set up to do the 100k in 100 days, which I didn't quite make. I made 82, I think, which made me very sad because I thought I was really good at stitching and really fast, but to maintain 1,000 stitches a day is difficult when you work full time and live in the middle of nowhere, and it takes you a long time to get anywhere, and then you've got kids here and kids there. It's quite hard to do 1,000 stitches a day when you're busy. When I've got a day off, like I had a day off yesterday, and yes, I was busy. I went out, I dropped Maddie, I popped into work to drop off some laundry, I did this, I did that, I went to the tip, I went back out again to go to the tip the second time, but the tip had already closed, so I got Robin's prescriptions, and yeah, so I went out 3 times yesterday, and I still did over 2,000 stitches because I wasn't at work. Honestly. Terrible. I've done nowhere near that this morning. I think I've done about 100 this morning, so I'm playing a bit of catch up later on. So yeah, so I'm just finding the right pieces. What have I done this morning? This morning I've done 158. So yeah, I'm a long way short there, aren't I? Anyway, so the Extreme Cross Stitch Challenge group has ballooned from 100k in 100 days to all sorts of challenges. Now, the lady put up a challenge that she was thinking of doing, which was it's what I'm doing essentially with my treasure hunt bookshelf. She's got a challenge running where every month, just started in August, so I had to stop. I did get to my 3%. I'm jumping around all over the place because I haven't done one of these for ages. Right. Anyone who knows me and follows me and watches me, I started this I started it the very, very last day of April. I started it in May. This is the Treasure Hunt bookshelf, charted by HAED, Amy Stewart. Bookshelves, love them. I am bookshelf crazy now. I've got 3 on the go, but the Bountiful bookshelf is shelved. And yeah, I chose the Max Colour, Super Size Max Colour, and I'm so happy with it. So happy with it. It is going to be enormous. I have set myself a 10-year plan, which actually gives me 20 extra months or something, something silly, just in case it's not that many. It should take me 100 months to finish it because I'm doing 1% a month. Yes, and 10 years is 120 months, isn't it? Yeah, of course that's right. Oh, my brain. It is 9:10 in the morning. I've got to rattle through this, jump in the shower, get out in the car, go and get Maddie, pick up Maddie from camping, basically at work. She is camping literally in the first house nearest my work. She's basically got the golf course all round her, and she's in one little house right next to the golf course. It's really bizarre. I didn't know that's where her friend lived, but turns out it is. I've got to go pick her up from there, take her back to my parents, drop her off, and then go to work myself. But I'm not in. I don't start until 11 today because it's pouring with rain here in our part of the country, and it's not going to be a busy day. So I've got a later start. I should have started 7 minutes ago, but my boss phoned me last night and said, yeah, don't come in till 11. So I was like, okay, and I thought, oh, window, I can do a Flosstube, because I meant to do one yesterday, but then like the world took over yesterday. So my treasure hunt bookshelf and this challenge group, it's to do anything with over I think 550,000 stitches, and to set yourself a goal of either like 1% a month or 5,000 stitches a month or something. So I was already doing 1% a month, so I've jumped in on that and I've said, right, I was already doing it, I'm at 3%, I'm going forwards, here we go. So I need to do 238 stitches a day on this. I did 550 yesterday, so I'm a day up. That's how tight it is. And this is what 3% looks like. Oh my god, it is amazing. Look at that. So I drew myself boxes and lines and said, oh, I'm going to fill in this, I'm going to fill in that. Well, as you can see, my tendency to cross country has taken over, because I am a very much cross country stitcher. Very much a cross country stitcher. So I don't know how good the sound is with me behind fabric. So anyway, that's where we are. That is 3%. I love it. I want to get on with it every single day. Oh, I love it. So I'm currently up here filling in some colours. Basically what I'm doing is I'm picking a colour here and filling in the bits on this book here, and then if there's anywhere else I'll go up and fill in. And I've wombled off that way, and I've wombled down here, and I've got most of this done. Should really just finish in some of this. Depending on where my Q-snap is, depends on which bit I'm stitching on really, and that's all there is to it. So this is going to be a very, very predominant member of my stitching rotation of 2 pieces, and every day I'm going to try and put at least 250 stitches into it, even if it's just 250 stitches. And then if I fall behind, I'll do what I did at the end of last month, which was only 2 days ago, and I'll just literally bang in what did I need? It was 1,000 and something stitches I needed to bring myself up to where I needed to be. I am going to make myself a little bag, because this is, although it is now getting soft and floppy, it's also getting covered in coffee. It is getting dirty, so I'm going to make myself a little drawstring bag that I can just put all my spare fabric in, and it'll just dangle at the side of me, because normally I just sit with my fabric all dangling off the side, which is fine for me. I don't mind. I'll have it in the car. That was in the car. The coffee got spilt on it in the car because I had a cold coffee, and all the condensation had gone on the side, and as I was getting the last little bit out, it dribbled out from under the under the lid, dribbled out down the side and landed on my work, and I was like, oh dear, coffee on it now. So that night I had a good 3 hours in the car, so I used it to purpose and brought this with me and put some really good stitches in here, because it was still really, really light. It was only just getting dark when I had to go and get Maddie. She's just home, and her friends are all just home, and she wants to go and see them, and we live in the middle of nowhere, and there's no public transport, and she doesn't drive, and you know, mum's taxi. That's the way to go. And it's me, because I'm already out, you know, I'm at work, so Robin might drop her out somewhere, but then I'll go and get her afterwards. But I won't bother going home in between, because there's just no point. It's just a waste of fuel. Fuel prices have come down. We've now come down 20 pence a litre in the UK. I was thrilled to bits yesterday to put diesel in my dad's car at 178.7p a litre. It went right up to 199, £2 a litre. That's a litre, 100 millilitres, which is 2 pints. It's nothing. It went very, very expensive for a bit there, but we're now back down a little bit. It's very much easier, and I'm very happy, and I have a full tank of fuel in both of my cars at the moment, which is pleasing because I'm still running my little knackered blue car. It is knackered. It might not make it another year. I don't think it's going to get through next year. It's literally sounds like a bag of spanners, but it's fun to drive and it gets me from A to B, and it really doesn't drink much fuel at all, so that's really good. I am higgledy-piggledy jumping around all over the place today. I'm sorry about that. I only have one more thing to show you, and Marcia, the marzipan stitcher, is completely responsible for this. Consider yourself responsible, Marcia, and I'm loving it. Thank you very much for enabling me. HAED had a sale. Oh, I am in the official HAED Facebook group. I had another go. At joining it because I tried to join it before and I got punted out and I didn't know why, and I really took terrible offence at it because I'm stitching a metric shit ton of HAEDs. I literally have about 20 HAEDs on the go. And I was like, oh, so unfair. So I'm loving it. I'm seeing everybody's HAEDs. It's brilliant. So I've now got Full Coverage Fanatics, which is mostly HAEDs, and the actual HAED group, which is completely only HAEDs. And it's just like my Facebook feed is just HAEDs. It's wonderful. I love it. Anyway, I'm on Facebook more now because I'm looking at pretty pictures of people stitching. Anyway, she sent me a picture and said, I've just bought this. And it's a bookshelf, Amy Stewart, and it's the Amazing Animal Kingdom, and it is fantastic. I will put up a big picture covering my face here of it. It's amazing. Now, I immediately went, oh my god, I need that too. So I went on to HAED. I did have some money left in my Christmas gift card money in HAED, and I bought the pattern, and then I ordered fabric. And then when my fabric arrived, I started it. But because I have a super size max colour on the go, which I know is going to take me 10 years minimum, I bought max colour but standard size. So it is only, and I'm using the word only quite loosely here, this is only going to be this size, give or take me piece of fabric there. Oh, I'm rolled up and clipped in. So I have a good start. Yeah. Now then I saw another challenge on the Extreme Cross Stitch channel page group. Duh. And it was, can you complete a HAED in a year? And the answer is no, I can't. Not this one. It had to be a minimum of 150,000 stitches, I think. And of course, this being a bookshelf, standard size bookshelf, is 375,000, something like that. It is literally half the size of the other one, like literally half the size. So all's good there. But I've jumped on with the Amazing Animal Kingdom, and I know I'm not going to get it done in a year. I know that. It's ridiculous. It comes out at just over 1,000 stitches a day, every day, for a year, in one piece. Which, yes, if I didn't work, I could do every day. 1,000 stitches, bang it in before lunch, and then stitch on something else, and then hoover the floor and dust a bit and make some tea, and everything would be good. But I work full time, and I work full time plus is what I've started calling it, because I'm doing 50 to 60 hours a week at the moment. And yeah, it's not difficult work. I'm serving coffee, I'm making bacon rolls. Whole place is picked up in the air and is being shaken about and is being put back down at the moment. So my job role is changing again. I'm possibly going to be in the kitchen full time, but I don't quite know yet, because I currently do 5 shifts a week front of house, and there's nobody to do those 5 shifts a week front of house that I do. So if I go in the kitchen, I'm still going to be expected to lap around and finish off the shift front of house. So there's something going. We're going to have to sort it out. We're sorting it out. We've got 2 more events to go. We've got a big party this weekend and a wedding next weekend, and then that's it for the event in the marquee. which, you know, takes a lot out of everybody. So that's 2 more events. Once those are done, we'll settle out and we'll see where we are with working times. But I think I'm going to be getting regular days off, because, you know, sometimes I don't get the days off. I should be getting like set days off, and at the minute it's looking like Monday and Thursday that I'm going to get as my days off, and they will be just like perma days off for me, so that I can actually plan my weeks. Bizarre concept. Yeah, but hey ho, we keep trucking. So I'm not sure yet, and I'll keep you updated as to what's going on and when it goes on. So I know I'm not going to get this stitched in a year, but by golly gosh, I'm going to have a good stab at putting a whole ton of stitches into it, because if I'm trying and it's the one I pick up, and this piece is amazing, it's covered in wonderful animals and it's confetti hell because it's max colour, but the detail on it should be stunning. And I'm stitching it on my usual 20 count with 1 strand, which for me is my perfect sweet spot coverage. I better show you where I am. Now, bear in mind I started this last week and I've not done a huge quantity on it. Let me find out where it is. Out of here. I have done 1.5%. So I've done 5,672 stitches to date on this, which, grant you, isn't a lot, but it's a new start, and that's where I am. I centre started. Now my centre start was in the middle of the bit of bookshelf here. This here was the, I think this is the centre line here. All I've done, I've got the Easy Grid, Ada, and I've just checked off, I've just drawn a line every 50. So I can easily say, right, there's 50, there's 250, there's 250, there's 300, there's 350. So if I want to suddenly just go over here and stitch something else, which is very likely going to happen, it just keeps me right. Keeps me easy right with my counting. So I centre started, so I literally found the middle of the fabric and centre started. I did count up and just double check it would fit, and it will. I've got slightly more margin at the sides than I have top and bottom, but that was the cut I got. I got my fabric from Wool Warehouse in the UK. If you're looking for Easy Grid fabric, guys, and you're in the UK, they do ship internationally, but obviously just takes a little longer to get to you. These guys ship next day. So if you're desperado for a big piece of fabric, they sell DMCs as well. They sell lots of yarn. I used to buy a lot from Wool Warehouse. It's very easy to find a 10% off coupon code as well. Anywhere online, you just Google the coupon code. So you can always get 10% off it. It's free shipping over £25, I think, which if you buy a piece of Ada and some, where have they gone? They've been there for weeks. Not weeks, well, a week. Oh, they're down there. 2 seconds. So if you buy some Ada and some balls of yarn, this is delicious stuff, then you get free shipping. So basically, I got that for free because I bought the others, and that was my, that equates to shipping. So this that I bought is pure alpaca, and it's 4-ply, which is just I use 3mm needles. This is 4-ply. I use 3mm needles when I'm knitting a garment, and 2 1/4 if I'm knitting toys. So it's lovely and fine. This is squishy, and this, because it's alpaca, you can wear against your skin without getting furiously angry with it. So I just bought 3 shades of blue, which you may or may not be able to tell. Yes, there are. There, you can. There's 2 of those, and one of the really dark, one of the inky dark ones. 3 shades of blue, and then 3 of what was called fog, which is the very, very just blue grey. And I thought long sleeved sweater. It's going to be mostly the fog, and then we'll go into stripes down the arms, and then I'll stripe it down, going down to the bottom welt. I've seen a pattern, another Isabel Kramer pattern, but if I can't find the pattern I've got in my brain that I remember seeing that I cannot find, I'm sure I favourited it because I would have done. Little treat. Oh, I've just thrown it at the cat. Sorry, Bella. She's asleep on laundry, and I just hoid it over some other laundry, and it's landed right next to her. I haven't hit it. Anyway, yeah, I'll make it up as I go along. If I don't, all I really need is to get to this point in a sweater with a pattern, just so I get the right number of stitches and get the fit. I mean, this one's perfect, so I could use this one and just not put the pattern on it because I want it plain. This neck's perfect on me. I like a high neck, I like a high round neck. It's hanging just where it should. The sleeves are terribly short, but in the winter I can wear a base layer under this. The sleeves are terribly short because I wanted to keep the colour. I wanted it not to, I mean, you can clearly see the change in the colour because I had to join it back, because I had to do the sleeves and then join it back on. So it's not quite the graduated. You can clearly see the line under the bobbles there where the colour changed. But hey ho, I love it, and it fits nicely, and it's comfy, and it's light. And I've jumped around all over the place. I started talking about knitting again then. Yeah, so I was just saying, I put a couple of balls of yarn in to get the extra shipping. This piece of fabric I think was £17, which isn't a lot for a metre 10, I think. Might be a metre. Anyway, it's that much. I think it's a metre, and it's obviously the full. I've got the selvage both sides, so it's the full width. I think it's 140 by 11, I think it came out at. So I clearly have here a giraffe. There's a giraffe there, and he's on a book. I think that's right there, the corner of the giraffe's book, and there's behind the giraffe there's some grasses and things, I think. There's bookshelf there, there's bookshelf here. This is a waterfall down the side of this book, because of course it's a bookshelf, so even though it's covered in animals, some of them are on books, some of them are hanging off books, some of them are just hanging around, some of them are standing on books that are flopped over. Oh, it's just amazing. Anyway, this here, so I picked up this blue and I've gone up with one colour, and I've just started another colour here which I've got to here with, and then that fills in a lot of this with one colour. So I do a little bit of heavy confetti and a little bit of solid, and it evens out the number of stitches you can get done. So I have a giraffe emerging. Most definitely have a giraffe emerging. And then I've been doing some greens up here, which must be treetops, I think. And there's actually a rainbow just here, and a whale's tail. Yes, tail. A whale's tail. Snail on the whale. How many of us have read that book to exhaustion? Room on the Broom was my favourite. Anyway, I want to do the whale's tail, so I'm heading that way to do the whale's tail. Long story short, I want to do the rainbow and the whale's tail, so I'm going up. I started from the middle, which was about, where did we decide? Back here, I think, and now I'm heading up this way. So there we go. So lots and lots of stitches going into this, just to see if I can do it. Not to see if I can do it, I know I can't do it. I know I can't do it in a year, but it's not that I want to try and do it in a year, it's that I'd like to make a massive stab into it. Why not? Why not try? I'll probably go 2 months and go, I'm exhausted with it, I need something else. And if I do that, that's fine. I'm not forcing myself. The only thing I'm going to keep at is my treasure hunt bookshelf, and I'm going to do 250 stitches every day. And if I don't do it, if I don't get an every day out of it, I'll make up like I did yesterday. I did 550 or something yesterday, so I'm kind of up, just a little bit up, but it's leaving it out at the end of every month. I'll make sure I'm at that round percentage point, because that's my goal. That I have a very set goal on, but it's very long term. Everything else, I'll just do it as I do it. I'll stitch on Opening Gambit until I'm bored of Opening Gambit. I'm going to try and do the Animal Kingdom, because I just love them. I just love it, and I love stitching on it, and I want to find the animals and I want to stitch them. So I just got to keep trucking at it. Right guys, It is 9:30. I've got to get ready to go because I need to leave at about 10 o'clock and have my day. I will simply take this to work with me, and I will I'm just going to process, because it takes 2 seconds. I just need to press process and insert one picture. That's it. Insert one picture, put it to process, and then I can put it in the drawer. I can put it back in my bag while it processes and uploads. I can do that while I'm having a little break. So that's cool. I will see you hopefully quite soon with possibly the same 3 pieces, or in a couple of weeks I might come back and go, you know what, I completely changed my mind. I stitched on this and this and this, and I started 12 other things. Who knows? But for right now, that's my plan of action. I hope everybody's well. I'm just keeping trucking. It's quite busy, as I said, with everybody wanting to be everywhere all the time. And I'm just going to keep at it, guys, and stitch when I can. I will see you soon. Take care, everybody, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.